Hello, you all. Welcome to this new edition of Lectio Musica, the place for great lyrics, great music, and great meaning. My name is Guylain Prince. I'm a Franciscan from Canada. Yeah, Franciscan friar. Love rock music for a long time, especially hard rock, metal, and prog. Once a week, we stop by right here and listen to a new song for me, maybe not for you. And this week is no exception because I will listen with you to a new song from the band The Warning. The song is Z from the new EP called Mayday. Now, probably you wondered why I disappeared for 4 weeks. The reason is very simple. I experienced just a little bit before Christmas technical difficulty that I basically was able to deal with at the beginning of January, and after that I was in both vacation and second 1 week I had professional things to do. So here I am back, and I will continue with this EP of The Warning. So first of all, a little bit of presentation. The Warning is I like to see it's a hard rock band with a metal sound, with a very good quality of musicianship, lyricists, and from a unique perspective. Really, I find them, it's refreshing to see in the musical world something very new. The point of view on everything is completely, and personally I think it's because they are Mexican. They have a very different and nice point of view. I like very much what they say about themselves and what they say about the world. It is our 4th video on their EP called Mayday, up to 6 songs. This song is called Z. Now, don't forget, every video I make is always made of 3 sections. First section, you will have a reaction to a lyrics video. This is what you will see immediately after this small presentation. After, I will make a short analysis of the song. Especially this week, it will be a short one because the song is short and the lyrics are pretty clear. Third, I will do a reaction to a live or video presentation, any kind of video. So, in this case, don't worry. I know that the live version is not all that great in terms of sound. It's not the first video I get from that, but I prefer to have an imperfect video than to have, so that I can see how the band performs the song. And of course, in 1 or 2 years, there will be wonderful videos of that song. For now, this is what we have. Please proceed to the section that interests you. Don't be stuck only with, let's say, for example, the reaction video or the analysis. Go directly to the section you want, and you will be very happy. I'm happy if you take 10 minutes here and 20 minutes. Really, I'm happy that you visit and that you leave your comments mostly. I don't never forget. So let's dig immediately in the first video here that we have. It's the studio version with the lyrics. Let's dig.
Takes you bitter over time. Loneliness, your friend of mine.
Eh, okay. Let me listen to it again. I'll give my first impression in a minute. There we go. Ready to go. So, my first impression, even after listening to it a second time, is not great. I mean, it's an okay song for me, and I will explain a little bit more after the analysis of the song. My second impression doesn't differ that much. It's a simple beat, simple bass line, simple guitar riff, simple melody, simple lyrics, makes, I would say, a generic song that doesn't stand out in any ways. Compared to the others, I'm a little bit surprised this time. I have to say that, as you know, I only know Queen of a Murderous Scene from listening to it 3-4 times in a car. I know the three first song of that EP. So my impression is that I wouldn't keep that song in my playlist. But let's dig in the lyrics and to see what's in there. So first I give you the screen, this one, not the previous one, and let's see what the lyrics talks about. Okay, let's go. Verse 1. It's tasting bitter over time, loneliness, dear friend of mine. Pull the trigger, love me happily. Kitchen knife, the meanly savior. Here's your star for good behavior. It is not all that you wish for once. Again, there's a I and you. So who is the you here can be quite an important element in the understanding of a song. It's tasting bitter over time. So as time passes. So, like I said, this song seems to be part of an ongoing discussion in a way. And it's not getting better. It's getting worse with time. Bitterness is in the landscape right now. Loneliness is there. A dear friend of mine means that the person experienced loneliness many times. So this is you lost someone. You are alone. And this solitude brings bitterness. Something we talked about in the song Animosity. Pull the trigger, love me happily. Who she is talking to. Pull the trigger, like kill me. I don't think she's talking about the other person, because the first thing she says is a dear friend of mine. So she presents the loneliness as a dear friend. So I think she's talking to loneliness. What do you think about that? As if loneliness is a friend, and this friend is able to kill me. As usual, I don't think it's a physical death. I still think here as well that it's what we call metaphorical death. It means it's an image to see that loneliness makes me dries out. It makes me die inside. Love me happily by staying there. So loneliness, stay there. And you are happy. I am not. Kitchen knife, the meanly savior. Will the knife be my savior? Again, some kind of suicidal thoughts because of loneliness, because of bitterness. Here is your star for good behavior. Is she talking to loneliness? You behave nicely? Or is she talking to herself here? Good behavior, have a little star. It's something that you can say out of bitterness, out of irony as well. So, is it not all that you wish for once? Again, is she talking to loneliness as an old friend? Or is she talking to the other person like in the other song? You remember the other song, Animosity? It's about a sinking ship, a sinking friendship between two persons. Animosity began to grow and made everything. So this sinking friendship seems to be reaching destination here, the end. And yeah. Now the chorus, watch out, better wash your hands. Watch out, better understand. Watch out, 'cause the truth they sell is rarely true. Watch out, 'cause it's coming back to you. This is quite interesting. Again, who is she talking to? And I think really there's a blend of, dear friend, a dear friend of mine, loneliness, but in fact, through the song, she's talking, the author, I think it's basically Paulina, talking to the old, it seems, I would guess a friend, like you suggested in the comments of Animosity. So now, better wash your hands because you just did a murder. Again, it's the idea of don't leave any trace of what you did. Watch out, better understand. Take the time to understand. You better understand. Because the truth they sell is rarely true. Oh, now there is something interesting. I experience loneliness because someone told you something about me, maybe. But this truth is not the real truth. So those people usually do not tell the truth. So what the truth they sell here, selling the truth. What does that mean exactly? They gain some kind of advantage from it. I don't know. But truth is not for sale. Truth is to do, is to make truth in a relation. So when someone sells the truth, it is some kind of deviation of truth. So it's rarely true. Exactly. Watch out, because it's coming back to you. What is coming back? I would say the plain truth will come back to you. It's not their truth, but their truth is coming back to you. Wear the blindfold. Don't see things as you should see them. Wear the blindfold. Drink the tide means take in everything that they are saying. Okay? So that's interesting. It's a multiple things that are being said by multiple people, as here presented as a tide. Gulp everything you can from them. Keep your blindfold. Yeah. Don't look at reality. Don't take the reality they sent you. They give you. They sold you. Who will be destroyed this time? Oh, this means that there's one target and then another target and then another target and then another target. So this work of theirs is destroying one person after the other. I don't know if it's not related with the the video disciple as well, as we know, social media. So is it through social media that a false truth has been communicated, and that false truth made a friendship break? That seems to be quite coherent with the rest of the album. Revolutionary Kool-Aid kids that thinks that they are revolutionary. By this, I think it's some kind of very false impression you get when you get one target and then after not another. You might, if it's revolutionary, maybe you're hitting at powerful people or well-known people. I don't know what is behind here, but for sure it's bubblegum revolution. This is not real revolution. Revolution for principles that are just and fair, for justice, for the good of the majority. No, this is bubblegum revolution. You hit at someone and after you hit at another one, but this is cheap revolution, I would call it, from this expression. And I think that the Kool-Aid kids here, happiness, I wouldn't call this real happiness. That would be, unless true happiness as a mirage is a kind of traitor. But I would think it's the other way around. False happiness. Kool-Aid kids, not true revolution, not true happiness, is a traitor. Seeming, looking appearances of happiness. What do you think of that? In the context, that's how, in falsehood of revolution and of happiness, people are destroyed in reality. What do you think of that? Kill the raw meat, the target. That's what it's kill it. It's not the only time we have the word kill. We saw that in the previous verse as well as in the chorus. One like, one prayer. I don't understand that line. One like, one prayer. Maybe it's one like on the internet. One prayer, one wish. Or someone like one prayer. I don't make sense that way. Maybe you see a meaning. The only meaning I see here, and I looked on many sites, it's one like, maybe comma, one prayer. So it would refer to the social media, I would say the fact that you are liked on the social media and killing reality. That's the only way I can see meaning. But maybe you see something else. Disappointing how we're used to fall. Here, we are not strong. We are not strong. We are easily touched by something that really doesn't worth the attention. I think that you should, and then it continues to the chorus that we already know. It's exactly the same as the second. And it ends, I think that we should. So, very short analysis. Not everything is all crystal clear, but generally, I would say 90% of the words are clear and simple. It's the simplest of all songs I've analyzed in now almost 2 years. Simplest of all. A, B. There is the solo section and the D section, which is the outro. I think we should. It's a basic pop rock song. Nice solo by Daniela. melodically repetitive and less inspired than the others. A simple groove and feel to the song. Nothing much to say, but a basic pop rock song. Now, in terms of lyrics, you and I, it's addressed to a friend. It can be addressed to loneliness, but I think it's addressed to a friend or an ex-friend. It seems to be a continuing discussion and the end of something. Pull the trigger and wash your hand. The lyrics are quite simple at face value. There's no very high poetic value to the song, but they talk about powerful feelings. There's no loneliness and deception in the song. Now, in terms of analysis, it's an ongoing discussion. Like I said, it refers to a previous state of friendship, it seems. Now, it is coming to an end. A metaphorical death of one of the members, the one speaking in I, ends the relations apparently definitively. But the end of the song could suggest, I think that we should. Maybe there's a call to not let that happen, or not let that chapter to be closed. But yet, it might be just like a bottle in the ocean. And I think sometimes for artists, a song is a bottle sent in the ocean. Now that you are alone, there's the chorus. Now that the other person is alone, that I am alone, the person says, watch out. Watch out, better wash your hands. Watch out. Now, better wash your hands is remove any trace of your wrongdoing, okay? Like a murderer. Wash your hands so that it can be wash your hands also like let go. Yeah, let go. Better understand, it's the opposite of better wash your hands. So, in the second meaning I was talking about. So I would go more like, the first one is, yeah, you did something, leave all traces of that. Now, try to understand. Because the truth they sell is rarely is rarely true. So it's a false truth, apparent truth, but it's false. And I think that the real truth is coming back for you. And the for you here, it's interesting because is getting back so that you will answer to truth. That would be my understanding of that. And you too? After all that has come to an end, here is my counsel. The person is still in that chorus giving a suggestion, suggesting something, and I think here's my counsel if you want it, okay? So for me, yeah, it's the end of something, but at the same time, I'm trying still to reach out. So I wrote, there is some kind of care for the other, that you're still there. The truth is coming back at you, for you. And you better understand. That's interesting. There's still care, and I think that the last words are keeping a door open. I think that we should. But there's nothing after. I think that we should. Now, Z. Why this title? Is it because it's the conclusion of animosity? So the story is from A to Z. A friendship that sunk. A friendship that, because of they these people selling a false truth, then that would be a play on word from A to Z, from animosity to Z. Let's cover the whole question, and now let's go on with our lives in a way. But at the same time, if we, there's an open door, I think. But I'm not sure. For me, that would be the best understanding of the lyrics. Maybe not of the lyrics, but of the title. You have any other suggestion for that Z title? It's the simplest of lyrics I've seen from them at face value. They seem to me quite univocal, just one or two sentences. I'm not sure absolutely, but the drums is simple. Like I said, simple bass line, simple guitar riff, simple melody, lyrics, a good solo, but nothing that stands out. Generic song from the Warning repertoire. Compared to the other song of that EP until now, I have to say that it's, for me, it's a weaker song. The others are all interesting for whatever reason. This one a little bit less. Now, don't forget, next week it will be on Friday. I think I will be able to maintain the rhythm now. So it will be the song Evolve of their last EP. It will be the 5th of the 6th song. Don't forget, you always have the choice to select these subtitles in French, English, Spanish, Portuguese, Finnish, Dutch, and Romanian and Italian. And I think you will appreciate that. We still appreciate that. The premiere is on Friday at 1:30 Eastern North America. So if you want to know what time it is in your area zone, just look for Montreal time. This is what we call Eastern North America. So, and from there you'll be able to know what time it is for you, the premiere of every week. Don't forget, you can subscribe, push the little bell button right there. Let's go now to the second reaction. It's a video from a TV show. I've watched one. I didn't like the sound very much. I'll do my best to make it sound as much as possible, as good as possible. But for now, let's see how they perform that song in front of an audience. Only 3 minutes. This is a short song. Oh no. The sound.
Bitter over time, loneliness, your friend of mine. Pull the trigger, love me happily. Kitchen knife, the meal savior. Here's your star for good
Yep. Okay. There we go. Yep. Well, nothing to add, really. The quality of the sound is not better than the other one. Something I appreciated is the fact that for the second verse, there was no instruments but the drum and the bass guitars. So I liked that. A great bass guitar can certainly fill the place in the background. I liked the solo that Daniela made. Like I said, nothing stand out. It's just a song. So that's it. See you next week. I'm very happy that we reconvene for this new year together. For now, bye bye.